Oh,
We're in
beautiful.
it. We're in it.
I'm back. I'm back from the abyss, man. Took a bit to get out of the fucking stranglehold I was in last episode. It was just in a
Sure.
chokehold of darkness.
You're in doom. Doom and
Some might call that
despair.
Tuesday.
Yeah, there you have it.
Could be.
Good,
Might have
babe.
had a might have had a whiskey. Someone can no one can prove it.
Bud. Right. Ah,
Man,
man.
had a good little football day today, though. Had
I
one
mean,
go for the bucket.
this is the start of the first uh 5 days of football, which is good because I mean, there's no way we can start this without, T's and P's to all those affected
Right.
by the
Sure.
fires.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm going to say a couple things.
Oh
One,
God.
if you're looting
Yeah.
houses, you don't want to know what I'd do to you, buddy. If I catch you looting a house that someone had to abandon and you're going to go steal their shit, throw them in the fire.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like it's kind of right
Two,
there for it.
if you're setting these fires, oh, bro, you deserve everything that's coming to you and all extra. Insane. Like, I don't know. I think, like, the first probably 2 fires that started was probably, like, just normal, and
Brush
then,
fire.
like, all the other ones, like that Hollywood Hills one, and then the ones where the house is caught on fire, and then this new one that they already got a guy in custody.
Yeah.
Yeah, bruh. See ya. I don't wanna actually, no one should see you ever again. You should
And
be
the
in Quinyanamo Bay
Quinyanamo,
for the
yeah.
rest of your life.
That's your penance. You have to go to Quinyanamo Bay and put like 50 reps up. And if you
Yeah.
can't catch one, then
Then, sorry,
see ya.
it's over. So, obviously, T's and P's.
Yeah.
Um, uh My girlfriend is still at my she could go back, but she's still here until tomorrow morning just 'cause it's still she went back to, like, get some clothes and
Yeah.
get some waters and, like, make sure the AC was pumping in there and whatever, and it's just smoke filled, so she's
Nice.
gonna stay until tomorrow morning. But it was ugly there for a second.
Got
It
pretty
was
bad.
like, holy shit, like, people's houses were just getting
Torched.
absolutely torched.
Yeah. Looked like
Torched.
Skyrim when you'd see the dragon come by and just light a house on fire, and you're
Well,
like,
what's it called? Like, the Pacific Palisades, like, it's just, like, gone. Like,
yeah,
like 5 different schools. Like, it's insane. Fire, man, it's
yeah,
crazy. Then it's gonna be the air quality out here is gonna be so bad, probably through the weekend. It's gonna be bad. So,
yeah.
obviously, T's and P's, all those affected. I have a crazy I'll send it to you, but there's a crazy video of my mom's who would it be? My mom's aunt?
Yeah.
They live in, like, Altadena,
Mhm.
and every single house burnt down on their street except for theirs. You flip the camera, other side of the street, burnt down, on fire, burnt down, on fire, their house is the only one that survived somehow.
Wow.
Yeah, insane. Like, you just, like, you don't know whose, like, house is gonna catch fire, like, you have no idea, but crazy shit.
It's like Warzone type stuff. Like literally,
No, literally.
that's what wars look like. I mean, yeah, the first 2 fires I heard they were, some brush fires. I'm like, yeah, it happens. And then I just started seeing the other ones. I was like, you can't convince me otherwise. It's arson. Like
Yeah. Like, it
it's
would've made sense if, like, okay, there were, like, hella winds, so obviously, like,
right.
makes sense, but, like, they weren't blowing to where the new ones were starting. That's the
Right.
thing. Like, the one starting in, like, Eaton Canyon and blowing down into Altadena to get the houses on fire makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking winds were, like, 60 miles per hour, like, that's Jeej. And, like, everyone's like, "Oh, like, why are the" I saw people saying, "You know what does piss me off? How you gonna tell the firefighter how they should fight the fire? Like, you know."
Wait, but did you see the video of them putting water in a purse and throwing that shit?
I didn't see that. So
That
well,
one made me
whoever was doing that, whatever, but, like, they were like, "Why aren't they, like, protecting the, like, whatever?" It's like, "Are you seeing that house? It's GG. That house
they're
is
going
gone.
next.
They need to, like, cover the 2 houses on the side so those ones don't burn down," but you always have people that think that they know best on Twitter, huh? It's
Hey,
like, "How about you
Twitter,
get out there?
get your ass up
Get
on the
your
fucking
ass off
roof.
the couch and go save a house then if you're gonna be talking all that."
Uh, Yeah, the video of I don't know what it was trying to prove. Look, I know there were budget cuts. I get it, but like to see firefighters loading up like literal purses. Like they got a lady on the side who's like, "Here's my purse." So this guy runs over to the water tank, fills this shit up, runs over to a fire, and I'm not kidding, opens the purse and
Well,
throws the
it's
shit
because
at
the
it.
damn a lot of the fire hydrants were out of water, bruh.
I don't understand how that works.
Because
So like,
so apparently in January is when they do their fire hydrant testing.
uh-huh.
So sometimes like fire hydrants will be like either leaking or not working properly. So they haven't gone through the testing. So there were some fire hydrants that were like not able to work. And they went through all the water so quick, and obviously because we could get into
Yeah,
a
we
real
could we could
we
the
could go into a
minnows and
real
the
deep thing of like why isn't there enough water around when really there could be enough water and people are taking the water other places, and why is there so much brush on the ground when we should have been doing the brush clearing? So, we can get into all that.
why are
Maybe
the
next
shelves
week we'll get into
here?
all that
Yeah,
while let's keep it T's and P's for today
sure, sure.
before we really, even though
Get on the high horse and let that
we
thing.
have a couple on honorable mentions obviously when we get later in the episode.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Not good though. Not
What
looking
I
good.
don't understand, and I never will, if someone can explain to me why, if we're right next to the Pacific Ocean, why don't we just go get that water and then throw it
So
back?
you can use that for like I think the salt is one of the issues. Like you don't want to salt the earth because it just like makes it barren. But it's like it's not like we're
I mean,
growing shit in the mountainside.
yeah, I feel
Obviously,
like
there won't be any like plants that would grow ever again. But why don't we just use that water for the house ones?
that's what I'm saying. Like we don't grow. It's
Like
not like SpongeBob where we grow another house.
yeah,
So
like we could do it for the house. Maybe if we don't want to like ruin the
yeah,
countryside or okay, like I could get you on that. But let's just dump it on the house. Maybe that's a
it's just
thought.
my thought process.
I
Hey,
thought got a lot of
I'm a
water
big
right
dumb
there, especially
dipshit.
the Palisades one. It's like, can we carry some buckets from the
Yeah,
thing and
if
dump
we
it
get
up?
enough purses, we could hand those off, and now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, and I've seen some people say like, oh, like um, this is like a targeted, like this was all a systematic like fire starting so that they could gentrify the areas. I'm like, you know what? A fire started the Pacific Palisades. That's all white people. You think that they want to burn their own houses down? Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, I saw people like saying that, like, oh, they're trying to like burn out all of this stuff so they could go in and like build all these newer and better. Like, I'm like, do you know where the first fire started? That's as rich as it gets over there. JJ Redick's house burned down.
Recipes.
T's and P's obviously, but they all probably got second houses. So
They'll
that
be
crew
okay.
might,
Yeah, they'll be fine.
yeah, not all of them obviously, probably. But a decent amount of them, they'll be all right. Now there are some. The problem with the Altadena one, there were some old ass houses that are like wood.
Good.
That those are the ones that just got lit up, man. That was tough. It was tough to watch.
Well, the tougher part is I don't know if you heard, but there were a lot of people who had their fire insurance cancel on them like 2 or
Yeah.
3 months before this. So you're like, you got no help. Like,
Well, there was a guy. There was a guy who was in like I think it was Sierra Madre, and he was like, "Yeah, I bought this place, and I was like, I'm trying to renovate it." And I don't have fire insurance yet, so Imma be here, and Imma protect the place. They
I'm
were like,
a
"Well," what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just standing on the roof with a hose." They were like, "Okay, like, good luck, dude. Hope it works out for you, I guess."
shit.
He probably did save his shit though, honestly.
I mean, he probably helped it at least.
Gotta do
Uh,
something.
I don't know. I got my own ideas on it, and again, I'm just a stooge, but I'm just thinking like, if we need water, we can find water. Like we can find things.
Gotta be water somewhere.
And how are there not chemicals that we could just dump on these houses that would stop the fire, like fire retardant shit?
They do use that. I don't know how that works with the houses, but I know that they'll use it for, like, when it's out, like, in the forest or whatever, but I don't know. It was pretty crazy today because the fire was creeping up towards, Mount Wilson, like, all the communications towers, like, that was crazy because they have cameras there. You
Mhm.
could see it, like, it was right up against, like, the building. It was kind of a crazy watch. They they let it burn that high because all the people were set up there, so then they could stop it there. But it was still kind of crazy for like a 10 to 15-minute period. It was
I got a
pretty wild.
notification on my phone. They were like, evacuation is possible. Like it was
Yeah, and then it
on
was
the
a false
horizon.
alarm. I was like,
That just
"What the hell's going
reminds
on
me,
here?"
like, whenever you think you're fucking up at work, just remember there's someone who sends out these alerts.
I know this guy's
They can fuck
fired.
it up,
Whoever
and
that guy is fired because he was supposed to put it for a zip code and he accidentally put all, and then he's hit send, and then he's like, "Oh my gosh, no way!"
oh
Because it was going on
shit.
my phone and on my TV, so I was in here because I was like making a graphic or whatever. And then I'm like, it goes off on my phone, and then I'm like, why am I hearing it twice? It was going off on my TV, and my TV was off.
You're like, this is bullshit.
Shit turned on its own. Just because this one stooge, he has the power, I guess. Big Brother's
Too
always
much.
watching.
I mean, Big Brother. Some
Sure.
might say we've known about Big Brother watching for a while.
Sure.
T's and P's.
Yeah,
We'll,
what else other than that? That's been the main event
that's been the main event
of
for
this
sure. It's
week.
been the heavyweight.
Yeah.
I mean, we could just rock right into the game tonight. Had a nice little semifinal.
At least it was a banger.
Yeah, it lived up to the expectations.
At least it was a banger. That's good. We've had 2 bangers out of how many?
6. 1, 2,
How many games have we
3,
had so
4,
far?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.
We've had 9 games, 2
bangers.
bangers. Not the ratio we're looking for, but we'll take it where we can get it.
Yeah, I'll take any good game that I'm watching. I mean, I wasn't. If you turned on the TV and you were expecting Riley Leonard and Drew Aller to go at it, like, just
Yeah. I mean, like,
stop
and I
and dime
know that
back and
one
forth.
of these teams is going to get second. I feel like this is kind of the 3rd place game.
Yeah,
Like, I think Ohio State would boat race them. I think they'd have a better chance against Texas.
I think
And,
Texas
like,
boat races both of these teams.
yeah, I wouldn't be like, I could see a world where Notre Dame, like, runs it a lot.
Yeah.
Against Texas, and, like, if they played 10 times, maybe they would win, like, 2 or 3 of them, maybe. But, I mean, I think it's the game is this Ohio State-Texas game.
Yeah, I just think I feel like when you get to the playoffs, it really comes down to turnovers and quarterback play. And I don't. Again, I've already said I'll get on my high horse about Aller. I mean, I've been taking a victory lap all night on that game.
Yeah.
Finally had the group chat say Greer called it. Aller's a shithole. I'm like, told you.
Aller shit. He been shit. I watched him. I've seen
Brother.
him live. I've seen all I needed to see.
That was it. It was like
You can't throw that intercept like under any
oh,
like
yeah.
if it's the 7th grade like final
you
game of the
can't throw
season,
that
you
one.
cannot throw that interception under any circumstances. Like,
And he had time to throw. It wasn't like he
yeah,
had
he
someone in
could
his
have.
face.
Yeah, like, dude, you can't throw a pick. Just put it on your receiver's body at least.
I mean, realistically, if he puts the ball on Singleton when they're in the red zone in the beginning of the second
Yeah.
quarter,
Yeah.
that's the difference. I
Yeah.
mean, Notre Dame might have to score different, but like that's a touchdown instead of a field goal. So it's 28-24.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I was just explaining, like, I saw this guy play live against USC. USC wasn't great.
Yep.
They almost beat him, and he looked like shit against them.
Yep.
So I'm thinking Notre Dame's got to be a little better.
You'd think, right?
Like, I don't know. Did you see Jeremiah Love's like goal line run through 6 people?
I
Just
did see
reach
that.
over the goal line. Holy shit,
Guy's a freak.
dude!
Except when my cash was on the line. The one game he doesn't score all season is the game when I got cash on him.
I was gonna text you and ask if you went for redemption, but I was like,
No,
with the knee
I
brace,
didn't.
there's no
And
shot.
I'm like, I don't even want to bother. And then he scores, of course, in this game. He scored in every game this season, besides the one I put cash on him.
Yep.
P's and P's to me.
Yeah. Said save that fire money. Okay.
Some bullshit right there. Some bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game, I'll
It
say
was.
that. That was at least fun to watch. It was a fun watch, even though I obviously don't fuck with Notre Dame. We both picked Notre Dame, but
Yeah, I
You
feel
know.
like I gotta clear the air. I was told it was whack that I was rooting for Notre Dame as a USC fan. Let's get this straight. I wasn't rooting for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Okay. I would have been happy if both of these teams could have lost.
Oh yeah, like people
But
don't
that's
get
still
it.
possible.
Like when this whole like thing started, I was rooting for SMU, Boise State, and like Arizona State. So it was already chalked, all right? Like I'm rooting for like that would be
It's
fun if
gotta
they won.
be.
And then I kind of was like, all right, I'd be down if Oregon won, and I'd be down if like Texas won because I kind of fuck with Texas a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, Texas is the only thing left. I have no like ill will against Penn State, but
The Sandusky thing. You
I
gotta.
just watched them and I was like, USC should have beat them. So like, just fuck these dudes. Honestly, like, no way this team should win the national title.
Yeah.
Obviously, I have like moderate ill will towards Notre Dame, but
Yeah, of
I
course.
used to hate Notre Dame more than UCLA.
Oh.
Used to. Like I
Now
used to
it's
like when I was a kid, because I didn't like USC,
yeah.
but I would go to a USC Notre Dame game. I'm rooting for USC. I hated Notre Dame so much. But then it shifted into UCLA mainly
Sure.
because I never really competed against Notre Dame. So it didn't like hit the same.
That makes sense.
So now I don't like obviously I want them to beat Notre Dame, but I don't care as much. There isn't much like hatred
But that
involved.
UCLA is where we have
UCLA,
all of
it's like
that
I hope
hatred.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wish
Let's
ill will upon people.
stub the big toe as you're
I
heading to
hope they don't
bed.
do well in life, you
Okay.
know?
Okay. Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hope someone tries to put a fire out on their house with just a purse.
Yeah, and then my
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright. I understand that.
So Notre Dame in the championship, man. Who would have thought?
Man, if I don't get a Coach Lou impression from the Pat McAfee show, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean they made the chip. They gotta give us something, right?
Come on.
It's gonna be a Ryan Day. It's gonna be a rematch, right, of the iconic moment. It has to be.
Oh my god.
It's the only way this thing happens.
I hope so. I mean,
We need a Lou Holtz and Lou Holtz interview, like they
oh,
did.
another one. Round 2.
Yeah, be electric.
I'm not gonna lie though, it did give me an interesting perspective seeing Notre Dame's backup quarterback going. That kid can sling it.
Yeah, they almost were better with him.
Yeah,
So
I
it's like
kinda
kind
thought
of makes
about
you think a little.
like Riley, maybe you're gonna be in the concussion protocol a little bit longer.
You know what checked me? That. Why was
Yeah.
Hurts out? Huh? This guy comes back. He thought it was Sunday when it was actually Saturday. Like what? Like what happened here? We messed up. He didn't say the alphabet backwards correctly. Like yeah, I couldn't do that like
Yeah,
without a
why is that
concussion.
one? Like what
I think
you know,
nowadays what they do is like they'll tell you words and
yeah.
you have to remember those words. Like they'll give you 5 words and then you have to say them in the backwards order or
But
something like
what
that.
if you're dumb enough to where you couldn't do it without a
I'm not
concussion?
sure what to be honest though, I'm not sure what the actual tests are in the tent
Mhm.
because I've only done it on the computer because like you have to do your like baseline test. But the
Okay.
problem is if you're like hella smart,
You could just
you could fuck
ace it.
yourself over. Like I fucked myself over. Like I definitely had a concussion in college, but like I wasn't like I could still run. Like it's
Right.
like there's a very low stakes in there. But I did not I failed it twice. Because whenever I took it the first time, I must have been so dialed in
You're just
that
lost.
like yeah, because it's all about memory and like recalling stuff and like quick answers. And it's like if I just go in there, like I could have went in there caffeinated the first time and I'm dialed in, I'm off of ghost energy. And then the next time I go in there, I'm kind of like, ah, it's early in the morning. I don't really want to do it. And I'll just fail just cuz. And I don't even have a concussion. So like sometimes you'd almost be better. Like I've heard stories of people going in there and like doing shit. So
So
that
they
when
can
they
give
do the
themselves a
test again,
base.
it's like, oh yeah, I passed it. That was pretty easy.
That's like on Family Guy. Peter Griffin said that he goes in, take his driver test, drunk, so
Yeah.
that whenever he gets
It's
pulled
like
over,
I never
it's
knew it
just
would matter for
normal.
me because I was in track, obviously. Like how often are you gonna actually get a concussion? Like 1 in a million. But of
Yeah,
course, I found a way.
I
Made that
think it.
happen.
I wish they looked at your results and said, "I don't think he's concussed. I think he's just an idiot."
I think he's just kind of dumber now than he was when he was a
Yeah,
freshman. I'd be like,
send him,
fair.
send him out there.
I'd be like, that's fair enough. Because I definitely did have a concussion for sure. Because like when it was bright, I was like fucked up. And then the next track meet I went to, like when I ran, I didn't even run all that crazy, and I was like, it was just like a struggle. Like everything was
Yeah,
a struggle. It was bright as hell. I was like, this is not fun. But Because I failed it the second time, and they were like, my trainer like talked to the doctor like, hey, like he's not gonna fall over again like when he's running, but so can you just like
You
he'll
just
be fine because
get
I
him out.
wasn't doing like hurdles or like anything like that, so they were like, okay, yeah, you're good. But it was not fun that next meet. I will say that.
I'm just trying to imagine you doing the Trump. The lights are too bright.
No, literally,
Turn
I
them
was,
off.
and of course the next meet I was at was up at Cal, and their track is yellow. I was just like, God, man, what am I doing here? Like this shit is horrible.
That ain't right.
It's not right at all.
I
Sure.
still love the fact that like the big research that came out of concussions was like we figured out that actually the term bell rung means you had a concussion. It's like
Yeah. If you're
pretty
seeing
similar symptoms.
lights,
Or
yeah,
stars.
stars are lights.
I feel
You're
like my
probably jacked
freshman
up.
year it was like as long as there's less than 4 stars, you're good. And I'm like, is this like Guitar Hero? I get 4 stars or something. Like I'm
Yeah.
expert or some shit. Like
So that I get to do my power
yeah,
my
I
power thing.
get to tilt the guitar and get like the blue things coming across. In reality, you're just sitting in math class. You can't remember shit.
No facts.
Man, what a time that was. I will say we need to stop rewarding quarterbacks for bad decisions.
Yeah.
If you throw into triple coverage, and well, let me start it this way: if the refs decide, and I like that they do this in the playoffs, if you decide to let the boys play, I mean, on both sides of the ball, we can get hand fighting, doing all this and that, just getting
Yeah.
after it. Keep it consistent throughout the game.
Let them play.
Let them play. And if a quarterback is gonna throw
A
a
shitty
back
underthrown
shoulder
ball.
into triple coverage,
Mm-mm. Don't give him that much credit. That wasn't back shoulder. That was
you don't think so?
underthrown.
Okay,
Back shoulder is you turn and you catch it on your back shoulder. That
yeah.
was a full stop, and he was gonna have to catch it out in front of him. You
That
know
was
what
almost
I'm
like
saying? Like,
if he was gonna catch it, it would be pretty disrespectful. Like
yeah,
that's
like you're
on his
getting
forehead.
mossed. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're getting mossed. Like not like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah,
have
yeah,
him
not the
turn
outer
away to the
corner.
back shoulder to the pylon. He just threw a shit ball
He's just
like he
shit.
did at
Yeah.
the end of the game,
Yeah.
and they bail him out because like we're grown men running at like 20 plus miles an hour. Like, sorry, I wasn't able to like matrix my way
Stop really quick.
like out of there.
Even
So
though
dumb.
Jack Sawyer's coming in for the pick, so he pushes him into the guy further.
Yeah,
Like
insane.
the first one that they threw was really crazy. Like it was, I don't know if you saw it. It was within 5 yards. The DB,
Yeah,
he definitely grabbed his jersey. I'm not saying he didn't, but it's within 5 yards where you can get handsy.
yeah.
Reroutes him, runs the route for him, and picks it. And they're like, defensive
Called
holding.
holding. Yeah.
It's within 5.
No.
So in my book, Aller's got 3 picks tonight. So he was 12 for 23 for
He was
135
horrible.
yards, and then 0 touchdowns, 3 picks.
He was terrible.
You
I
gotta
know.
think that there's gotta be some quarterback in the transfer portal that's like, I wanna go with those weapons. Because I don't know if you saw the second string tight end for Penn State, but holy hell.
Yeah.
I think he's bigger than Tyler.
Yeah. Warren's a freak though. When he
Wait,
like ran when he had that like I don't know, was it a reverse or a run? No, they were gonna do the fake they were gonna have him pass.
yeah.
Then he's like, fuck it, I'll just run, just stiff arms a guy gets 10 yards. I was like,
Oh,
geez, this guy's insane.
like Derrick Henry on the stiff arm.
This guy's a freak.
I just saw a headline that said Drew Aller, I'll learn from this costly interception. Will you? I don't
Well,
think you will.
Willie.
I don't think you will. Oh, he's a junior. Jack
Who?
Lambert gets started. Drew Aller.
Wait,
He's not going to the draft, I'll tell you that
I
much.
think he already announced he's coming
No
back.
shot.
Maybe.
Oh, okay. If he's coming back, I was like, there's no shot he's going to the draft. Who's his tight end that I saw? Joey. I think it was Joey Schlapper or Joey Schlafer.
Joey Schlafer.
Dude, 6'5", 242. They had Tyler Warren come out. They throw just a jump ball to this kid, mosses it, goes out of bounds, starts chugging Gatorade. This guy is the next answer, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. So if they have better quarterback play, I think this Penn State team is unbelievable. But until they get great quarterback play, shout out to Carter for playing with literally a dead left arm.
I know.
Like, I've never seen someone get a sack running the hoop with literally their arm like
He just couldn't do anything.
dangling. I
That
respect
guy,
it though.
he was jacked up. He's gonna be a freak at the next level.
Yeah. He's probably gonna end up at like some shit team, like he's gonna end up in Jacksonville or like a Jets or some just diabolical location. It's unfortunate. But that's the way the league goes.
Oh, goes.
Let's see. Do we want to just jump right into? Do we want to give a little precursor to the game tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit. It's hard to say, after the first 2 rounds of the playoff, hard to see anybody beating Ohio State.
Yeah, I agree.
But if there anybody that is, I'd say it'd be Texas, just
Yeah.
off of talent. They're the only other team that I feel like has NFL guys on both lines,
Yeah.
deep receivers.
Right.
You could say probably a better quarterback. I don't
On
like
which
Ewers.
side?
I don't like Ewers a lot, but I'd say I maybe like him a little more than Will Howard. Like
Yeah, I don't
just a
know.
smidge. Arch running that rock sometimes.
If they just had Arch in there full time, I'd believe in them. But
Like I'd say they have a better coach. I think. I think Sark is better than Ryan Day.
if he's not on a bender,
Yeah. So
yeah,
it'll be tough. Ohio State. There's a reason why they were supposed to win this thing from the jump.
I was
They
sitting there
got all the
talking,
guys that they could want in the world.
sitting there talking to my dad tonight, and I was like, I just had an epiphany. I was like, do you think Oregon wishes that they lost in Eugene so that like Ohio State had the chance for number 1 seed, and then they could
Maybe.
just kind of like be the 4 seed and just kind of make their way in?
Yeah, get to the championship. Maybe. But I think that they knew anyway, like for them to win the national title, they were probably gonna have to beat Ohio State again anyway. Like
Yeah, they just
it was
didn't.
just destined for it to happen again.
Yeah, they just didn't have
They didn't have much of
anything.
anything. They had nothing.
They got shit on.
The one thing about I thought from the beginning, I always thought Texas was the best looking team
Yeah,
in the country, even after they lost to Georgia. I just think that they, for whatever reason, Georgia just
Georgia's
is
the
their
boogeyman.
boogeyman, and I feel like Texas can beat everybody else, which is why I would take Texas money line. I'm obviously taking those 6 points just cause, but I would not be shocked if Texas wins this thing.
I can feel that. I
It'll
think
be
we
hard
were
though.
we're pretty high on Texas this whole year though. They were in our top 5 for a
Yeah,
majority of the
yeah,
time. Like they stayed up there. I told you the only reason I didn't have them in my top 2 afterwards after they lost to Georgia was just because like until they make the switch to Arch Manning, I just don't trust Ewers to make the play.
yep. Which is
Um,
fair.
and and you
He
could
might
argue
not.
he didn't make the play last week.
Yeah,
He got bailed out too. Like
they
shit
definitely
happens.
probably should have lost that game.
Yeah. So
Yep.
I don't know. I'm kind of like I feel like the playoffs are pretty momentum based too. And like you said, I think if Ohio State comes out and plays like they did against Oregon and against Tennessee, like I just don't see a team in the country beating them.
Yeah.
Like at that point, it's just you versus you because it'll be interesting to see. I don't even know. I was thinking, I was like, okay, if they let Texas be physical with Ohio State, but Jeremiah Smith can get off any coverage. Like he can get off
Yeah.
press. That's
I
like,
just think Texas always with Sarkisian, he's gonna have like his first like 15 plays dialed in.
yeah.
So don't be surprised if they can go right down the field and he'll probably have some shit schemed up.
Oh yeah, of course.
And Ohio State kind of try and force feed to Jeremiah Smith. He gets doubled on the first play, and then you run it, it's 3rd and 7. He gets sacked. You're like, okay, wait a second now. They got to get out in front.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like
Like Ohio State, I feel like they have good running backs, but not a good running game. If that makes
that's the
sense.
thing. I
Like
don't think they commit to the running game
I don't know
enough.
if they're gonna just like
Let
really
Travion
push
just run.
people around. Some teams, obviously. I don't think they do that. They can do that with this Texas front. Personally, I could totally be wrong, but
I think the QB run game is really going to make the difference. I think that's going to be the like outlier.
yeah.
The big thing for me thinking about it is like that the Ohio State D line showed me a lot more against Oregon than I've seen from a D line in a while.
Hmm.
Because yes, they were sacking the quarterback, which was great. Their IQ and it might have just been for that game, was damn near impeccable. Like if they couldn't get to the quarterback, both hands are up. Like we're trying to flag the football. Like we're trying to just block everything,
Yeah.
and that just makes it really
And
annoying
Oregon
for
couldn't run the
viewers.
rock at all.
No, they couldn't
Yeah.
move people. They could not do a thing. I'm excited to watch this one. I hope it's a close game.
Yeah, me
I
too.
picked Buckeyes. Buckeyes win by 6 or more. I, I I either see a close game or I see a blowout by Ohio State, like they do pretty much what they did at Oregon. They come out, they
Yeah.
get 14-0 quick,
And you
Quinn
just
Ewers, 3 and
you
out.
can't even come back. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want that to happen. Like I really want to see a good game. Like these
Yeah.
are, even though I talked a lot of shit about the 4-team playoff, I knew for those 3 games I was going to get some really good football. Like
Yeah.
more than likely, unless it was the championship with TCU Georgia, which I was hoping on a prayer. I'm like, well, maybe Dugan can do it. Maybe he's got something in his bag. He doesn't have it in his bag.
He don't got it. He don't got it.
He don't got it. So yeah, it should be a good game. Let's shift gears over to
Picks.
some picks.
I'll throw it up.
Sure. Okay,
This is it.
Wildcard
Super Wildcard
Weekend.
Weekend. Here we are.
What makes it super? I've always been curious.
6 games, I guess. Why can't they just?
SUPER? That's fine. Shit.
Why can't they just do 3 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday? You know.
Now that makes too much sense. You see. So
You know
what you're
so hard about
proposing.
that?
But then where
It's
would
too
Monday Night
logical.
Football be? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we have an intro, we have to use it.
Where would ESPN be in this whole thing?
Oh, Dan Orlovsky's got to call a
Dead.
game.
Dead.
Actually, I don't know. I've said that. I don't know if Dan
Well,
Orlovsky's calling a game.
We'll get to that one. We'll start in Houston. Chargers,
We got a
Texans.
problem.
Houston limping into this thing. They had a great first round of the playoffs last year against the Browns.
Joe Flacco, man, remember
Can't
that?
believe the Browns made it to the playoffs. That was what a time that was.
We just need to take a second to realize that we were sitting here a year ago saying maybe the Browns can do it. Like maybe Flacco.
And I never forgot about that money that we both should be getting. At the end of this year from a special someone saying that I bet money that the Browns will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I never forgot. Let's put it that way.
We're never gonna get it though.
We're never getting that, and I was prepared for that, but
right. I didn't get my.
Lord
my
knows if the Browns made the playoffs, we would have had to shell up.
He's gonna have to talk to my lawyer, okay? Because
he's doing all right with Ohio State right now, so I don't think he cares too much. So
is he actually watching the games though, or is he just watching the highlights?
He is watching the games.
He's living and dying now.
He's living and dying by him, so I respect that.
I respect it.
Yeah, I got Chargers winning by more than 3. I think that I think pass rush just annihilates Stroud. I think it could get ugly for him.
Yeah, I think the D line for the Texans is pretty thin right now, and I just think Harbaugh's going to run that rock.
Feed Zeke.
Herbert's. Yeah, I mean, if Quentin Johnson can just hold on to the rock, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah,
I think a young lad is going to see some different coverages. Like I think Stingley Jr. is going to be on him, so that'll be pretty interesting in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
If Herbert throws a couple picks, that can make things a little interesting. I just don't think the Texans have enough firepower right now to get it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun season. I mean, they had a lot of potential at the beginning of the year, and then you lose 2 of your top receivers, and there's the ball game.
There you have it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, this, like, if they can't, this is it, man. You got to win a playoff game right here, Herbert. Like,
oh, can you imagine how loud it'll get if they don't?
Like, this is the freebie of all freebies. You've made 1 playoff appearance in your 4 seasons. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4.
Let's not forget how it ended.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is his 5th season. You gotta win one, bruh. Like,
and that first one I will never forget is one of the biggest collapses I've seen.
His first and only. They haven't made the playoffs other than that one.
Yeah,
it's the only time they've made it.
I mean, surely the Chargers get this one, right? Like they have to.
I think they do. I mean, I just everything is pointing in their direction, but
just for Los Angeles, like
sometimes,
we need it. You know what I mean? Like
sometimes the Chargers are just gonna Charger. You know?
Yeah.
There's not much you can do about it.
Bolt goes off too quick. Yeah, happens. Where you feeling like heading here?
Let's go Steelers Ravens. So we'll go in timeline order.
I like
Here,
that.
we'll jump to the right. Steelers Ravens. I almost changed this one too to a Ravens just like by annihilation,
I just got a
but
feeling, man.
it'll just be a tough,
TJ will just get like,
gritty. Yeah, he'll
yeah,
get a
just
strip
make it
sack
hell.
and yeah. Like the Steelers lose this, I think. I don't know if they
Yeah.
got enough to win, but I could see it being a field goal or like a 6-point game or something like that.
I just think the Ravens are going to change their approach from the regular season, and they're going to feed Henry all day long,
Yeah,
and they'll win like a 20-17 ball game, and everyone will be like, "Wow, it was close," but like Derrick Henry's going to have
yeah,
like 45 carries, and
yeah,
it's just going to be forcing Russell Wilson to make a play. And I mean, unless he can hit the moon ball to Pickens, I just don't
sure.
like how effective is that and how reliable is it? Um, so I just think Baltimore gets it. I just don't know if they're going to win by 9.5.
Yeah.
A divisional
It's a
game in the
lot.
playoffs, like
Third time playing, it's probably going to be a tight game
yeah,
if I had to think. Or it's either going to be close, or like this could be
it's a
one of the
blowout.
biggest blowouts of all time, and the Steelers might not score a point.
Where Al Michaels is giving us a dinner story that's going on, so about not wearing a
Pretty
tie.
much.
Yeah,
Yep,
okay, all right.
pretty much.
That's up.
This is one where I've been going back and forth. Broncos Bills. I've been like talked each way. I just like this Broncos defense so much that I think that they can cause a little bit of havoc.
Yeah,
And Sean Payton's smart enough, and Bo Nix hasn't been going rogue to end the year,
right.
that they might be able to keep it close and scrappy. Cold game in Buffalo, like Josh Allen kind of wills, like final drive, just kind of wins it for them. They either win by 3 or like a late touchdown or something, and it's like at least within a touchdown. That's how
Yeah,
I'm seeing this thing go. It's gonna be 30 degrees. Um, yeah, I don't know. Now, could it be like a Bills just like by slaughter? Maybe, but I feel like the Broncos don't really get.
well,
I
we
mean,
we can't forget about last year.
yeah, it's true.
70p.
They did get 70 pieced.
Yeah, then they became one of the best defenses. So
Yeah, and they've given up points to teams, but they've also scored in those games. I don't really count this last game against the Chiefs. Like that wasn't even like
when
real
it's second
football,
and
but
thirds,
yeah, I don't know. I think that I don't I think the defense makes things happen for them. They got enough athletes that they can maybe corral Josh Allen with a little bit of a pass rush and make some things happen.
yeah, I just feel like this is going to be a James Cook game. Like James
Yeah,
Cook's going to cook, and he's just going to run wild. Like I don't
masterclass.
know. I don't know if the Broncos got the horses for this race. You know what I mean? Like I don't think Bo has played really good up to this point, but it's not. History's not on the side of a rookie quarterback having a great postseason debut.
Yeah,
Like the same thing happened to the Patriots when Mac Jones went up to Orchard Park, and
yeah.
everyone was saying, "Hey, they might just, Bill might have found his next Brady," and then they got
Mid
fucking
stand chance.
annihilated.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Uh,
Totally fair.
I feel bad because one of my buddies is a Broncos fan, so like I wanted to give him hope, but give me Josh Allen and the Bills.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick. That's good. It'll probably be MVP.
Well,
Shouldn't
should be
be.
Lamar, but
Shouldn't be. Yep. Should be Saquon.
I wouldn't mind if they split it with
Neither here nor
quarterback and
there.
Saquon because
Yeah.
Saquon's been doing some big things. I'm kind of disappointed Sirianni didn't let him get to break the record
Would
against
have
his
been
old team.
nice. He's 400 and something yards away to break it for regular season and playoffs combined. There's like that record too.
Oh, okay, so he could. Okay,
That's not as like a well-known record, obviously, because your team has to make the playoffs
the
to break that. But
playoffs.
he's like 423 yards away. So like, if they basically make it to the conference championship,
It's
he
in
could
reach.
break it in that game, roughly. If he averages, like 130, 140, he could get it there, or maybe
Crazy
get it in the
average.
Super Bowl. Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
I think he could. I think he might Speaking of Eagles, we might as well go over there. I think he might have a damn masterclass against the Packers. I could see him running fucking wild.
I think he's mushy stamping the Packers.
I think he is too. I think Jordan Love, I think they're kind of hiding this injury a little more than like I think he's going to struggle to throw the ball. He hasn't been able to really throw this week at all.
I think
Obviously
Malik comes out.
These teams played first game of the year, and Jalen Hurts probably played the worst game ever. He threw 2 insane interceptions, just like horrible, and they still won.
Yeah.
And I just think the matchup, no Watson to really run over the top of the defense. I think everyone on, like, they kind of got after some of the younger guys. Like, they had Maddox playing corner still. Like, DeJean wasn't really factoring in much, and now you got kind of guys like that in the rotation, locking shit
Quintanamo
down.
wasn't there.
He was there, but now
It was
it's like
it was opening the gates of Quintanamo.
yeah. So now I think, I mean, we'll when we make the bracket, we'll get to my thing. I think the Eagles beat the living piss out of most of the teams in the NFC. I won't say all, because I don't think they'd beat the piss out of all the teams, but I just don't see
Saquon's the tough
just talent-wise, like there's not much you can do. You got to play your bet. You got to play your perfect game. Like, obviously, it's NFL. Like, they could go out and have a fumble and a muff punt, and it's like, wait, what a second, we're down 14-zip. What the hell just happened? But
like, if you account for that in your picks, like, you're kind of crazy. You're kind of weird.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
the Packers are limping in. There's nothing about this game that screams like Packers are gonna find a way. The only thing people have been hanging their hat on is that last year they went in as the 7 seed and beat the 2 seed, but that was the Cowboys, man. Like, nobody.
No,
We all knew what that was.
I called last year the Packers beating the Cowboys, and I was called a fucking absolute moron for
Stooge
it.
of the week.
Stooge of the week, actually, I was. But that Packers team was coming in, 1, hot, and 2, everyone was extremely healthy. Like, they were fired on all cylinders. Yeah, I think Love's injury is going to hurt his throwing ability a lot. I think Malik Willis has to come in the second half and take care of stuff, because I think the pass rush gets after Love, and they realize he just can't throw. And then, I mean, if you're telling me that the Packers are just going to outrun the Eagles, then, I mean, hey, if they outpace the Eagles on the ground, like, GG.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
I mean, A.J. Brown's going to get his. Schmitty's going to get a couple of good plays. I just think the Eagles got too much talent for the Packers.
Every single, this is rare to say about playoff teams. All 22 starters from week 1 are healthy for the start of the playoffs.
Damn.
Not one injury. Sometimes it just lines up for you. Like, when you think about the Lions, it's like it's not lining up. They're still winning, but like it might come back to catch them. Who knows? But like, very rare where you get this sort of like the full culmination at the end of the year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Down to
Commanders
Bucks
down there in Tampa.
This is like a fun one and an ugly one at the same time. Like, who would have thought? I mean, I guess you could have thought about the Bucks, but
I think
the Commanders.
I think the rookie magic's over. It's been a fun season for
Jaden. I think so too.
I think Bucky Irving, he's not into dreams, he's into nightmares.
There you go.
I think Bucky's
feeling nicey.
Got me feeling nicey.
Now, one thing I will say is I could totally see this like being a scrappy game and the Bucks win on a last-second field goal, which would mean it's a push. Like, I could see that world, but
Tampa's got some sort of like buff when they're in Tampa for a playoff game. Like, there's something about it in the wild card. Like, you
full buff. That pirate ship, I think it's scaring people. You getting cannon shot at you. You don't know what's going on.
I don't know how you prepare for that. Does the simulation, like, can he put cannon shots and like have that happening?
And half the reason why I don't, I'm going Bucks here. Not half. I'd say maybe 15% of the reason is I don't want it to be Eagles-Rams in the next round. I want that. If that were to happen, let it at least be the NFC Championship game.
It would be elite.
So we can at least have one of the two squads go into the bowl.
Yeah.
And it could be all right. It'll be all right. Someone will maybe be happy or who knows. But at least someone's team's going to the bowl. Don't let it be next round. Don't let the Commanders win and then the Rams win. So then the Birds got to play the Rams. Then we got to go through this whole shit.
I need another paycheck at least to get the jersey.
Let's at least let it mean something in the NFC Championship game. That would be a vibe.
That'd be elite. Eating the link. I wouldn't mind it.
It'll be chilly.
It's all right. Forgot we got.
Speaking of Rams,
Stafford.
how you feel? Game's going to be in Arizona.
Feeling good.
Are you sure you guys aren't going to get the curse of the midget flowing through your veins
No.
by being in the same city?
No. It's not. It's
Okay.
not contagious. It's not
Okay.
contagious. I mean, unless Matt Stafford wakes up, he's 5'5". We're like, fuck.
That would be
Gotta go to
unfortunate.
Stetson Bennett because I'm not going Jimmy Garoppolo. We just saw what happened.
Yeah.
No, I'm feeling pretty good. Like you were saying, it's not often that you come into the playoffs fully healthy. We're not 100% healthy,
Yeah.
but
And so just
damn near healthy.
Just so everybody knows, this graphic was made when the game was still supposed to be in LA. So that's why it's -1.
Yeah.
It's now Minnesota -2.5, but we're going to stay on this -1. So we're giving ourselves less of an advantage.
Right.
So before everybody starts yelling, we're actually making it worse for ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, because the Rams don't have home field anymore. Okay, so back the fuck up. All right.
Take a step back. Okay.
Jeez.
Fucking
'Cause I could hear him already. I could just hear him already just being pissed. Like we're giving ourselves less juice right now.
One person in particular is going to be in the comments, and we're going to be like,
always going to be yapping.
Some cash.
Yeah, I need some cash. What's going on here?
Get me? No, I feel pretty confident about this matchup. The only thing that I wasn't really sure of, what the hell happened to my backup running back who's just on IR, Blake Corum?
Yeah, he's done.
You just busted that shit, or?
Good thing Kyron didn't play. Maybe it would have happened to him. So I mean, I guess it all works out in the end. But
yeah,
we'll see you next year, Blake.
Yeah, signed Royce Freeman now. So.
Royce never goes down on the first tackle.
Rolls Royce, baby.
There you go.
Let him roll.
He's been a Ram before, right?
Oh yeah, he was a Ram last year.
Was he just on the practice squad, or did they sign him from the practice squad, or literally sign him from free agency?
I think they just signed him
off the bench,
free agency to
off
the
the couch
squad, and then from the practice squad they're going to bring him right up. I don't know why they're doing it that way.
He's been working at the car dealership, like Jacket.
Not Jacket. No, never saw that guy. I like Jacket. That might have been the most disrespectful clip I have ever seen. Press coverage falls over. Ah, shit.
All right, well, we're going Rams.
Yeah, like you were saying, not very often you go into the playoffs and you're pretty much full strength. I mean, I got my core guys, got my quarterback healthy, running game's good. Defense is young, scrappy, fiery. We got John Johnson III came off IR. Whether he's going to start or not, probably not this week, but that's a great veteran leader to be in the locker room. And I just think we got something pretty good set up for old Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I felt like this was the best way it could turn out. A lot of people were saying whoever. I know a lot of people were saying whoever loses that game was going to lose again. I just didn't see with the Lions because I think they got enough grit, man.
I think we just
pull up and win. The Vikings, I think they could be dead.
They could fold.
Like they could lose and it's GG. The Lions, I feel like they're just so tough. Like they're not going out like that. They could still maybe lose, but they're not rolling over. Like you're gonna have to win that game instead of like them losing it.
I want the Lions in the playoffs because we have some redemption that needs to happen. Like we need. I was excited to bring Goff back in the deep end, like bring him back to SoFi. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'll definitely take Sam Darnold out and see what he's got. I mean, I just think
it is a Sam Darnold homecoming though.
That's fine.
All right.
I feel pretty good about the squad this year. I'm feeling good about my defense playing really, really good down the stretch.
Sure.
See, the chips are going to fall where they are.
There you go. There you have it. So, I mean, we might as well go straight into a build a bracket.
Build a bracket.
Over here, let me pull this up. Got a bracket. Obviously, the easy one's out the way since we already talked about it.
Yep.
We're obviously going Chargers. Hello? We're going Chargers. We're going Rams. We're going Bucks. We're going Eagles. So the only other two is
Ravens.
Yeah, I know we picked the Steelers obviously with the points, but we're going Ravens, right?
We'll go Ravens. So let's not
And
kill
then I'm also not going Broncos.
it. Going the
I'll take
Bills.
the points. I'll take that 8.5, but we're going Bills. Oh, hello.
This thing's
Did it click?
tweaking on you.
Okay.
There we go.
So now we go. Now we play. Big brother's gonna beat little brother, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay. So that's pretty easy. I feel like this is another Bucks. I feel like if this was in Tampa,
Yeah.
now I'm tweaking, but it's not in Tampa.
In the
They
link.
got to come up to the link. Now these other two, this is where dialogue needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
How I would do it right now is Ravens Lions. Now, I'm gonna give you a chance to talk me off this Lions ledge because I am willing to be talked off. I'm more willing to be talked off the Lions ledge than I am the Ravens ledge, to be
I kind of
honest.
understand that. Okay. First of all, when I look at the Lions, I think they're like an incredible football team. I think the problem that I'm seeing here is defensive depth. I don't think they
Yeah.
really have it right now. Jahmyr Gibbs has been playing out of his mind. Do I think in the playoffs he's going to be doing the same thing as the regular season? I don't. I kind of get worried that they're going to try to force Montgomery back into the lineup, which is going to cause some problems, whether it's like just a fumble or just kind of a bad time tackle for loss. And I know Jared Goff. I don't think he really has it to win the big game. I just think the Rams going back against the Lions, I feel like we're healthier than we've been before. And I think the X factor that I would tell you to look at is Whittington, number 88. That brother's pretty special. And last year they found out about Puka Nacua. I think they're going to be keyed on Nacua. And I think this time Whittington really brings it over the top. And I think the ultimate difference is going to be our pass rush getting home.
Yep.
This pass rush is really, really underrated. Like Fisk, I'd like to see him. I think he's going to plant their center right on his ass.
Fisk is a dog.
He is an absolute unit. V8's got a motor that doesn't stop. Turner is just an absolute unit on the outside. So I just think like the Rams owe them one.
Yep.
Like we almost got him in the beginning of the season. We pretty much had him in the postseason last year. So, you could argue if they don't fucking take out Higbee at his ACL, like he gets a first down and we're moving and grooving. You also could say if they called a 15-yarder on Stafford getting a concussion and a half, then we're in business.
Sure.
I just think that the Rams owe the Lions. Like there's just some things in football that like it needs to happen.
Okay. Are you feeling Ravens? You're with me on it?
If
you're doubling with me, I'll double with you.
And
this is where we'll be. Now, do you think it's a Chiefs repeat? You think it's written?
Yes.
And I
don't want it to be.
I think okay, so here's what we're gonna do. To break our own tie. I really think it could be a Ravens year. But you are gonna take the Rams over the Eagles?
Yeah.
My thing is, so why don't we do Chiefs Eagles?
Okay.
Because I think this is the Lamar time.
Okay.
Personally, but I can't not. It is the 3-peat. Like it's Mahomes at the end of the day. So I'm down to do this right here, and we have a rematch because this could happen.
It could.
The logic is this is actually like if you were to look at this as a neutral,
right?
The Rams, the Eagles are a bad matchup for the Rams.
Oh, 100%.
So just looking at like
AJ Brown's a tough matchup.
Like yeah, it's just like it's a tough sell to say the Rams are going to go into the link. So that's like whatever it is. I want to sell myself on the Ravens, but like as a neutral, it's like
I saw this last year.
People try and go in there and they fucking lose every time.
My big thing is I think the Ravens team, their chance was last year when they pulled Mahomes.
So are we
going?
Okay, so here are we doing it? Are we gonna be the unit that puts a three-peat up there?
Unless you can talk me off the ledge, I don't.
I mean, I don't know if I could. That's the thing.
I think
The
Mahomes is
problem is
inevitable.
if it gets to this game,
Yeah.
the only good thing is the Eagles have at least been there to play the Chiefs in this game.
Right.
So they do know what it takes to, in theory, win it because they lost it. And I also will say I think it's a better Eagles team this time than, and it's a worse Chiefs team than that 2022. Is that fair of me to say? Like I feel like it's it's the same-ish squad. You're adding Saquon over Miles Sanders.
Yep. I'm a little worried. I need to see how your center does in the playoffs because like
Mhm.
Jason Kelsey was a legend. So
Oh, he's that guy. And there's concerns. Obviously, there's still some rookies out there at DB. It's
Quintanamo
DeJean and
might,
Quinyanimo. The
might.
only thing that's I'm okay with is like it's not like the Chiefs have like an X receiver. They have Rashee Rice. I'd be like, okay, this could be
He might make a return from what I've been hearing.
that guy needs to be in jail.
Dude.
But if it got to this point, I would not be surprised if it's.
I just think without Kadarius Toney
But a
to drag him
3 then,
down, like
but then a 3 is crazy. A three-peat is crazy.
I,
Is that where the smart money is, though? I think.
I mean,
I think the odds are the most picked are Lions and then Chiefs.
so
I think that's what people have been picking.
I'm trying to go back to
I'm
the
gonna.
video that we did a while ago where it was who could stop the 3P, and it was either Stafford, Burrow, or I think Hurts. I want to take the Eagles so bad,
Okay,
but like,
this is the most picked champions
yeah,
on the ESPN thing.
yeah.
Lions 37.6%. Bills 18%, Chiefs 15%. Then it's the Ravens at 11. Then it's the Eagles at 8. Then it's a big drop off. So those are the 5, which is fair. Like most people are kind of throwing those 5 teams into the hat of like teams that can actually win it. Then the next highest is the Vikings, but everyone from the Vikings down, it's 2.5% or less. So like
Damn.
everyone's in the same shit basically.
I
I
just
just
don't know,
don't think
like
it's
the
the
Lions.
Lions.
God,
I just
like
don't think it is.
their depth. If you're gonna tell me they're gonna score 35 points a game in the playoffs, then maybe. But I just
Yeah, it starts to squeeze up a little bit.
your depth starts to hit you when teams. It's not when teams start the game. It's when they're trying to ice out the clock, and you know they're running the football, and you just don't have the bodies to stop
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's when things get tough.
Uh,
I don't want to pick the 3P, but I've been
but
saying it all year, and I fear it's going to happen, and I
I
might as
fear
well
I
just
might
get
too.
used to it. And there's
And
going
then
to
we
be a
might as
Kelsey
well.
proposal.
How many total points will be scored in the playoffs? Well, let's say an average is how many games? There's 13 games.
13
Say they
games,
average. It's
54,
27 to 24. What is that? 51 points.
51.
So 51 times 13 is 663. You know what it's going to be? That's what it is. If the damn Chiefs,
There it is.
if the damn Chiefs win this thing, there you go. There's your answer. Because it's damn devil worshiping.
There it is.
There it is, folks.
I don't
There's your
want to see
stooge
that
picks.
Super Bowl. Honestly, I might turn
If
off
our
the TV for
objective
that.
hats are on, the only ones that obviously this list will get fucked by Saturday because like the Texans will beat the Chargers and we'll be like, gosh, of course.
We're
How
sticking
could we should have known that the Chargers would fold. The one that does scare me the most is
Bills Ravens. Josh Allen
no,
put on a
it's
performance.
Ravens Steelers. It's Ravens Steelers, I think.
Oh.
That's the one that scares me the most because that could throw the wrench in this thing. I'm gonna do my own bracket and it'll probably be Eagles Ravens Super Bowl. But gosh, there's just something about the Steelers having to play the Ravens. It's just like something's gonna go wrong.
I'm so pissed that fucking Joe Burrow isn't in the playoffs this year. Like it
Go
just
Burr.
makes it like you never know what's gonna happen with those guys. Like
Facts.
bullshit. But hey, if you don't win enough games, that's what.
That's how it goes. Yeah, you gotta lock in sometimes.
Speaking of lock in, I think it's time for us to
Oh,
lock
jeez.
in Stooge of the Week. And the man needs no more introduction. You might know him from his old TV show, Undisputed with Shay Sharp. It's got to be Skip Bayless this week. Boy, how do we start talking about our buddy Skip? To put it in the words of Money Mike, pimpin' ain't easy.
Yeah.
Um,
1.5, 1.5.
I mean, but is
1.5 is
1.5
crazy.
really like worth it? You know, like
1.5 is insane.
what would constitute a $1.5 million experience? Like, think about all the things you could buy with 1.5 million. Like, you could
You
probably
could
buy
buy
a
a lot of things.
couple rides at Raging Waters or something that are just
Oh,
yours.
yeah. Lifetime pass.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
Going for
like
life.
I'm not sure.
You could rent
I'm
it
not
out.
sure what's going like how and how do
Yeah,
you offer
basically,
it? Like
for those that don't know, there's been
a lawsuit.
a lawsuit from a hairstylist,
I believe makeup
makeup,
artist or
whatever, whoever
hairstylist,
does like
wardrobe stylist. I
the
think makeup.
wardrobe makeup for people before they go
Yep,
on air. This like 42-page whatever
a memoir.
is basically the gist of it is Skip Bayless was asking her, not asking actually, he was
It's
trying
offering.
to purchase some sexual relations
Yeah.
for 1.5 million. In this document, hence where the white man on the right comes into play, some prominent figures of the Fox Sports
Yep.
entertainment community were
Conglomerate.
also basically sleeping their way to the top of the chain, and this lady knew about it also, and she's airing everything out.
Laundry was out.
She's saying you were sleeping with you, even though you had a husband, and then boom, 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 and then on the break time, shout out Acho. Basically, is how
Baby.
baby Acho. Way to make something happen for yourself, kid. Yeah. So shout out Skip.
Yep.
I mean, how crazy is that? That he's got that much cash where he can just throw it around like that. Shout out Joy Taylor for basically undermining her whole credibility for her whole life, basically saying I earned it and I did all these things that, well, yes you didn't. You slept with a white man, so it's not a good look. And
And
there's
not
a
just
42-page lawsuit with your name all over it.
and then shout out Jason Whitlock for bringing the term
Yeah, that
big
was
kids and
insane.
peanut butter skin.
Peanut butter skin was a crazy
And
comment.
quote, I know what I'm capable of.
I don't know what he's on. He's kind of on his own like trajectory in sports media. Like no one really watches his stuff, but he just says the most outlandish like stuff all the time.
Oh, and don't worry about Karen Bass. She heard they were giving out money, so she was just kind of coming through to see what was going
Yeah.
on.
Karen Bass was
Yeah. She'll be back in the office
she
at
was
some
in
point.
Ghana, I guess, or something while
Oh,
all
she
this
was
was
Ghana.
going on.
Yeah, she was definitely
She
Ghana.
was Ghana. She was Ghana for sure.
She was Ghana twice. She was
So thanks for nothing.
Ghana 5,000. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for nothing, Skip Bayless, for
Yeah, he's his famous quote that he would always post on Twitter was that quote, he's undefeated in those Jordans.
Yeah.
I hate to say, but I think the record has a blemish now after we offer 1.5 mil and we returned.
Yeah, the problem is he just reset the market for everybody.
1.5 is the
So you're
new.
screwing everyone over. Now everyone's going to think that they are worth however much.
How would you make that happen though? Do you wire transfer 1.5? What do you
I
put the
think you
memo
do.
for?
He
Like,
got it. Skip Bayless has that cash. He's got that. He's got enough cash where he can wire transfer that for sure.
I just don't understand what's worth 1.5 million.
Nothing.
Like I just don't. I feel like you could buy it. I mean,
Yeah.
shout out the honorable mention. You know, we knew he was going to be here. He's been a fan favorite on Stooge of the Week. Drew Aller.
I got him pulled up right here. If we want to hold on, let me just real
Oh,
quick
okay.
because I was scrolling Twitter.
Yeah. Let's
Just do a little bit of that, and
see.
there it is. There he is,
There
and
you
that's
go.
all I'll show. Boom. There you have it. Just a little quick.
Yep, just a little synopsis there,
Yep.
little snapshot. Yeah, I mean, Drew Aller. What more can we say about this young man? Boy, he's not very good at throwing the football, and he's got some incredible receivers. Tyler Warren might be one of the greatest tight end prospects I've ever seen come out of college.
Yeah, that guy's a freak.
And he couldn't make it work with him. And we saw this man throw live.
Yep.
Mind you, we watched last year. We watched Penix and Caleb Williams duel, so we know what good quarterback play looks like.
Yep.
And it's not always that you can hit the deep shot or everything. You just hit people where the ball needs to be. He likes to say tonight that the interception cost them. He missed a wide open flat route in the first quarter that would have been a wide open touchdown.
Correct.
His accuracy is just a problem, so maybe next year he can develop it. I just think he's a guy that just got the yips. You know, there's just some guys that don't got that dog in them. And I really think Penn State's probably go into the transfer portal if they're really serious about trying to find a veteran quarterback.
I agree.
They could. And then shout out Gavin Newsom. You know, famously quoted, it's not my job to make sure the fire hydrants are ready to go.
Yeah.
But thank you for saving the minnow.
So I appreciate it. We need them.
We do. I think though taking the water away kills them as well. So I think it's more of a 2 birds, 1 stone, or 2 fish, 1 stone.
Yeah.
So, you know,
thanks.
It's one of those situations where we're kind of chopping our dick off right before we jump.
We're not helping ourselves out. That's for sure.
No, not at all. I'm just gonna need to get these freaks off of my screen because this executive in the right side is kind of. It looks like
this guy
kind of creeping me the fuck out. So
guy's insane, man.
Get him the hell off my screen.
Cannot believe that.
I couldn't believe it when I read it. I thought I was.
It was honestly unbelievable. I was like, "There's no way this is happening right now."
For him, he looks like just a kid on Christmas morning.
Oh yeah, he's loving it.
Executive hooking up with so and so.
Oh, he's living his best life. He ain't mad at all.
I think this might be. I don't know why this came across my. I probably do. I'm an idiot. This came across my feed. It's a dude wasted 10 hours with a scammer and finally redeemed a $500 gift card. 10 hours is insane work, but this payoff is perfect.
Whoa, wait, ma'am, no, you don't have to do that. Ma'am, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Why did you redeem it? Why did you redeem it? Why did you do it? Ma'am, why did you do this? Hello? Hello?
Hey, Abel? Hello?
You did not have to redeem this. You did not have to redeem this, ma'am. You did not have to redeem this. Why did you do it?
I think the phone.
Why did you do it? No, you did not have to redeem this. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? This is added to you. Now you see what you did.
Wait.
What you did? You see
Abel,
what you did?
calm down.
Do you see
What's
what you
going
did?
on?
Do you see? Do you see what you did?
I think.
Do you see what you did? Whoa, wait, ma'am, no.
The despair.
No, you don't have to do that. Ma'am, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
I mean,
Why did
9 hours to just...
Insane. It's a good payoff though, I'll say.
Oh, 500 for 9? Oh, shit. We actually have a guy who is going to simulate the NFL playoffs for us with a mug root beer in attendance. So I think that's I think this is the most unbiased approach.
I'd be down.
Today we're going to be simulating the NFL playoffs in the snow. Yeah, first round, we got the Bills with Josh Allen in attendance. Hi, Josh Allen, I love you. Yeah, versus the Broncos. The Bills get a 2, and the goddamn Broncos.
Okay, Bills up that early.
Anyway, Ravens, Steelers. The Ravens get a 1.
Oh,
the Steelers get a 3. Okay, we'll go upsets here. The Texans get a 2. The Chargers. Okay, nothing but upsets. Yo! Hi, Primal watching the NFC. He's a huge Packers fan. We got the Eagles and the Packers. The Eagles roll.
The Eagles.
A 5
5.
Good roll. That's a good roll.
A 2. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Packers are out. We got the Bucks and the goddamn Commandos. The Bucks roll. A
God,
1, the Commandos. A 1, we got overtime. The Bucks roll. Baker Mayfield gets a 6.
Oh.
Commandos. A 3, Charlotte Commandos. We got the Rams
Come on,
versus
boys.
the Vikings.
Come on, get a
We
good
got
roll here,
Sports
boys.
Robot. The Rams get a 3, the
Oh.
Vikings. A 6, the Vikings are moving on.
Got shit
We're
on.
on to the
Jeez.
divisional round. We got the Broncos
They did
versus
us.
the Chiefs with the Pug Mug in attendance.
Pug mug.
Hi, Pug Mug.
Sure.
Chiefs roll a flipping. Oh,
Oh.
goodness. Bo Nix. Beauregard Nixon. Oh, going to the AFC
Beauregard
Championship.
Nixon.
Travis Kelce. We got the Steelers and the Chargers. The Chargers roll a 2, the Steelers. A 3 at the AFC Championship that no one saw coming. The Steelers and the Bronco versus the Lions and the goddamn Vikings. Oh, that's
There you
good. The Lions roll.
Oh, one
one,
seat's
the
getting a
Vikings.
1.
A 4,
Oh,
the Vikings are going to the
jeez.
NFC Championship.
Sam
Versus
Darnold
the
and
winner
the
of the
NFC
Eagles and the
Championship.
Bucks. The Eagles.
Come on, boys.
A 5,
That's a
the
good roll,
Bucks.
boys.
A 6, the Bucks are going to the
bang
NFC
out, an
Championship.
absolute bang out.
In the conference championships,
41 to
that everyone
38
saw coming,
bang
we
out.
got the Steelers and the Broncos versus the Bucks and the Vikings. All right,
This is a high
Steelers
game here.
gets a 2, the Broncos. A 2 overtime in the AFC Championship. I forgot to mention the winner of the Super Bowl gets that Maruba. Steelers
On the
gets a
line.
3, Broncos. A 4, the Broncos are going back to the
Oh,
Super Bowl.
Oh, Nick's the
The
rookie
Bucks
7
versus the
seed.
Vikings. The Bucks row. A 1, the Vikings. A 6, and then we're gonna have a
5.
Broncos versus
If it's
Vikings.
Vikings
Super
Broncos,
Bowl.
I'm not
Yeah.
watching, bro.
In the
Know that.
Super
I
Bowl,
won't be
we got the Broncos, Beauregard Nixon versus Sam
Beauregard.
Darnold and the Vikings. The Broncos roll a 6, the Vikings. A 4, the Broncos are Super Bowl champions.
Could you imagine?
Yarr.
Beauregard Nixon wins his first
Atta
playoff.
baby Beauregard.
Atta baby Beauregard. Oh, this
Good
guy, I
stuff,
don't know if
Beauregard.
you see Sergeant Blackout come across your feed. Quite a reputable source here. So, dear Hinge, I am here to inform you that I have made the decision to delete your app due to the high increase of fat girls who have shown up
Jeez.
on my feed and liked my photos. It simply ruins my day and ruins my experience on the app. Thanks for late night, but I'm outside. It simply ruins my day and ruins my experience.
Jeez.
I mean,
I feel bad for
appreciate a lot
him.
of it. Yeah, I mean, Sergeant Blackout. I mean, maybe
Tough.
we don't, swipe on Hinge while we're blacked out.
Yep.
Maybe that's the problem.
That could hurt.
Maybe
Could
the
hurt
blackout you likes the big,
Could hurt the ratio a little bit.
like some big women. Well, we'll figure that out. This might be the craziest like kumbaya that I've ever seen.
Oh, it's a Bears fan. It's a Bears fan. We have some common ground. We gotta start talking. Oh.
Hi.
How you doing? How you doing?
Okay, you?
Nice to meet you.
Go Bears.
Go Bears. Go Bears.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ding dong. Ding dong.
Yeah. Have a good day. All right, man.
Like instantly, we can't.
Yeah, can't do it. Can't do it.
You saw
Gosh.
James Draws in person. Are you talking shit?
I might talk shit to him because I know he's a known shit talker.
He's a shit talker.
So he might understand. This guy seemed like a nice guy.
They went from, oh, we're about to land base this fucking Bears fan. He turns around, shit.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, buddy. Faye Zuma, I think, is speaking for the entire state of California. Fuck you, Gavin Newsom. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
That's it. That's all. This is some sad news. I only watched the first minute of it, so I'm watching 6 minutes of it.
All right, Jersey Jerry here.
My show.
Some
We're
sad
not gonna do
news today for sure. Some sad news, but hopefully by the end of the video, if you guys stay long enough, you'll hear some
We'll be.
good news by the end of it. So let's talk about Jerry After Dark. In the beginning it was a lot of fun, had a blast. Really enjoyed it. First couple months, and as time went on, I started to lose the love for it a little bit, I would
Love for the
say.
game.
And, a part of it was, I know it did really well views wise. And, we've always had great numbers on the show, which shout out to you guys for watching and all the loyal, listeners and watchers out there. We appreciate you. We love you. I would just do a stream and then it was just constantly filled with hate, no matter what. And I'm sure part of that was.
All right, I'm bored. So basically, he's not going to be doing Jerry After Dark anymore. So
I did see that, and it's a
made him
shame.
depressed. It's unfortunate. Rest in peace, Jerry After Dark. It was a good time. I think he tore his ACL on like 4 different occasions doing kicking events. So
Really?
there were a couple times he did a kicking event, and he's like, I can't feel like the back of my kneecap is like really hurting, and he would have his team try to help him stretch it, and he just wouldn't. It wouldn't really do much. So, peace and peace to him. This guy's in a fucking mixer. He's in Scottsdale, Arizona, and he's going in circles with a Waymo self-driving car while attempting to get to the airport for a flight. So this thing's just
okay. Why is this happening to me on a Monday? I'm in a Waymo car.
Connected to rider support.
Here we
This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
This car is just going in
Right.
circles.
Hi there, Mike. This is Gab. I'm calling from Waymo Support. I'm just calling because I received a notification that your car might be experiencing some routing issue. Please bear with me while I am.
Yeah, I got a flight to catch. Why is this thing going in a circle? I'm getting dizzy. Look at what it's doing.
Take another turn.
I understand. I'm really sorry, Mike. We're
my
working with the situation of the vehicle. Is it circling around a parking lot, right?
It's circling around a parking lot.
Yep.
I got my seatbelt on. I can't get out the car. Has this been hacked? What's going on? I feel like I'm in the movies. Is somebody playing a joke on me? And I got a flight to catch.
I understand, Mike. I'm really sorry for this. We're working with this, but by any chance, do you have an access to your Waymo app right now? Do you have an
yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be pulling the car over while we are trying to assist the car. Oh, hold on, just a second.
Oh my goodness! I just better not be late for the flight. You guys are gonna take care of the flight.
It's fair.
That part.
I'm really sorry.
That part.
Yeah, because this is crazy.
Yeah, basically,
this is
she's saying, I'm not going to say we're going to take the flight. Just taking you in circles. Shan, please stop.
Sure.
This Carson Beck was asked about what his draft grade was, and his agent farted on the phone and told him to hit the portal. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's not all assume it was a fart. All right, Dan. You could say it, but we the viewers, we know what we heard. Okay. We've all been there. High protein. Got out of a workout. Sometimes things happen.
Yeah.
And there's no shame about it. In fact, they say you're a healthier person if you do. So I read something on Instagram that said if you hold in a fart, it'll like actually come out in your breath.
Really?
I don't know how to test that though. So like, do you feel a fart?
I don't think I want you to test that.
Hold, fart, brush teeth.
Yeah, how long do you gotta hold that for?
I don't know, but like, is it a contiguous system? So like, how does I don't know how does I don't know. Yeah. So probably won't be doing any experiments. Probably should, but won't.
Definitely not.
Yeah, since 2017, Broncos head coach Sean Payton's record against bald-headed coaches is 30-12. God, 71% win percentage. And Sean McDermott better watch out.
Yeah.
He's bald.
Telling you.
McDermott
Gotta think.
busting
My
out
cover.
the turban.
All I need for them is to cover. Cover that 8.5.
Oh, okay. So you probably saw on the first round of the college football playoffs at Indiana versus Notre Dame that Shane Gillis was going back and forth with Nick Saban, and he was pissed.
Yes.
Shane's gonna break that down.
That's why I spazzed and talked on Saban, like because he was like, "What do you think about the game?" And I was like, "I don't know. Nick Saban cheated." It was just a full spaz.
It was so good though.
I mean, I'd like to explain that because that was so. After I said that, we had to go into the stadium to sit at the desk, But then I got in there, and right before we go on, he looks at me and he's like, "I heard what you said," and I was like, "Holy shit." And then Herb Street and McAfee were like, "He's just breaking your balls, dude. He loves messing with guys. Like, he's literally just." And I was like, "Oh, all right, I'll with him back." I would have never done that if I thought he was serious.
Yeah.
But they told me he was around, so I started with him. And then as soon as we get done, I tell Herb Street and McAfee, I'm like, "Bro, he was definitely serious." And they were like, "No way he was serious. Go talk to him." So I went up to him after news, like, "You think the SEC dominated because we cheated? That's bullshit." And he spazzed on me.
Weren't you helping him?
But then, so he was still on the stage and I was on the field. So after he yelled at me, I had to help him down. And he like looked around to see if anybody else could help him, but I had to help him down.
Man, there's nothing that says they cheated more than Nick Saban getting so pissed about it.
He just hates it.
That's bullshit. Hey, help me down. Pick me up.
Hey, help me, please.
See, like full like picking him up. God damn it. Tell me we can't get Nick Saban some stairs.
Oh, the kitty wants to join.
Oh, hi,
Say
kitty.
hi. Say hi, Zep.
Kitty. Hi, Zep.
Oh, and now you want to go. But you just were climbing on me, so I don't know what you want, kid.
Good to see you, Chief.
Good to see you.
Debut.
Been nice knowing you.
Oh, it's actually all we got there.
Oh,
we
shit.
did.
Well, all right.
Good appearance by the kitty.
I want to go out. What do you want to do here, Zep? Oh,
Let's get
now you
Nick
go
Saban.
out. Okay,
Oh,
whatever.
I
I don't know what you want from me, kid.
I think Zep's trying to tell you, tap you on the shoulder and be like, "God, we still have 27 subscribers." And I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's a good
yes.
point. That's a good point.
Explain that to me, goddamn.
Trying to
it.
help the clientele here.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe eventually. We'll see.
Man, going to be quite the weekend of football.
It will be.
Quite the weekend.
It will be. And I do
I'm
have
ready
to
for
say, the deal's still on the table from Tuesday.
What was the Tuesday deal? Oh. Wait,
Getting
Tuesday?
it right now. I'm getting it right now. Monday. The episode goes out.
Oh, yeah.
Monday. Yeah.
Sure. Oh, yeah. Got in
Yeah.
early?
Yeah.
Let me go. Let me peek out in the living room and I'll
Check with the board of directors.
Let me check
you
with
know
the
what I mean?
board and see kind of how we're feeling, where we're at. I do have to go back to school tomorrow. It is the worst shit. But I wish we were gonna have the whole week, kind of, but
bullshit
thank
around.
God we got power back on campus today. Thanks. Yay.
Couldn't have
Let's
kept it till like
all
Monday.
celebrate. Shit. Yeah, we'll check with the board. Check with the board. See what the board's thinking.
Check with the board, and while you check with the board, everyone out there should check with their board. And I mean the little icon that you got for the student experience. Make sure you click that.
it.
Subscribe.
Go ahead and
Click that
click.
bell as well. That checks with the board. Make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
And if you have a chance to mess with a scammer for about 8 hours and then get them
do it.
pissed off, I think it's well worth your investment.
Definitely. Definitely.
I think it might be, or if you could convince someone, or if you can get your friend with they were talking on the Pat McAfee show about the people sending over the pictures. Hey, I got a great picture of the UFO, and they just zoom in on it. It's a picture of the dude, big fucking dong, just in the
There you go.
sky. If you get your friend with those are funny too. And if you get to talk shit to Nick Saban, you really should make it count and then help him down.
Facts.
He's not a gentleman, but he's a good coach. All right, folks, enjoy your football. T's and P's to those affected by the fires, and let's fight through this together. Save the minnows.
Super Wildcard Weekend, baby.
Hey.
What?
Deuces.
What?